Yo, what is up, you guys? It's Dominator here, bringing you a quick update on the Antique Sinistea hunt. So, Crown Tundra just came out, and they changed the way you encounter Sinistea. So, originally, you can only encounter Sinistea in Glimwood Tangle in the random grass encounters, like I was doing, as you can see in the other phases of this series. But they just changed it that in Crown Tundra, you can get Sinistea in the overworld now, which can completely change the hunt depending on who you ask. So the way it's different is that originally you do the random encounters, you hope to get a Sinistea, you hope it's shiny, and you hope it's antique. Now, what you could be doing is going after only the Sinesteas because they're in the overworld. You can just avoid the other Pokemon, and then if you get a shiny, you hope it's antique. So there's like one level of RNG you gotta break through that you already break through from that, which I think in turn makes the hunt a lot easier. And you may be wondering, am I going to abandon Glimwood Tangle? Am I going to opt for this easier method of getting shiny antique Sinistea? Well, you best believe I am, because the whole point of the series was to get a shiny antique Sinistea, and I really want one. Like, that's the whole point. And even then, this hunt makes me want to potentially go for two, because I want to get both Sinistea and Polteageist. I definitely didn't want to do that when it was in Glimwood Tangle because I didn't want to phase 300 times just to get two shiny antique Sinesteas. And this is a lot better. Now, the way it works, let me show you really quick. Let me switch over to my game. Let me also unmute my TV. I can't stand when my volume's off. But, so, we're in the Crown Tundra. Mind you, you do need the Crown Tundra to do this. But we're going to go to the town map. And we're in the old cemetery, as you can see. This is where you get Sinistea. Keep in mind, though, you'd probably prefer if it wasn't foggy weather. The way the spawns work is that overworld encounters for Sinistea in most weathers are 19% phony and 1% antique. And then in foggy and in the snowstorm, it is 20% phony and 1% antique. So slightly more likely to get a phony when it's foggy or snowstorm. But yeah, basically you just go to the old cemetery. Let me show you how this works. That is a Nidoran. There's a Sinistea right here. So watch, he's going to come out. Let me whistle to it so it comes over here. And there it is. I'm not going to encounter it right now because I don't want to be adding encounters to my whole total right now. I want to, be streaming this. But yeah, look, we got Sinistea right here. Also, I believe Illuminate still works in overworld encounters. It just makes Pokemon spawn more often. And, oh, I ran into it anyway. So, we got a Sinistea right here. I'll just add to the counter, no big deal. But, the way I'm going to change it, I'm going to change my layout. I'm probably going to remove the bottom stuff because obviously I won't be phasing for all the other stuff down below anymore. I'm going to keep my phase counter. I'm going to keep my last shiny counter. I'm probably going to delete total encounters and keep it to only Sinistea encounters. And yeah, so because of the fact that phony Sinistea is 19% or 20% as opposed to the 10%, when you get a shiny Sinistea, so you're more likely to get shiny Sinistea going this way. But if you get a shiny Sinistea in Glimwood Tangle, you have a 1 in 11 chance that it is an antique, and in this one, depending on the weather, it's either a 1 in 19 chance or a 1 in 20 chance that it's antique. So less likely for it to be antique given it's a Sinistea, but more likely to be a Sinistea because I'm going to be avoiding the other spawns. So it does kind of balance out. It's still a very similar hunt, still a very grindy hunt, and I will probably be phasing for Sinistea a bunch of times, just not 100 times. So that's my quick update, and hopefully our next shiny is a Sinistea, because if it's not, then I suck at doing this. But yeah, I will see you if we get another shiny. You could try Facebook. That's a good option. You could also try Reddit or Twitter. Those are a little more anonymous, depending on what kind of accounts you use. Reddit is probably pretty good. I used Reddit to get some of the Vivian forms. That was nuts. I still haven't gotten the Pokeball Vivian, though, which that's like the hardest one to get because it was an event. Yeah, Reddit's pretty good at stuff like that. I'll have to try again, see if I can get someone who has a Pokeball Vivian. There was someone who seemed like they were interested in trading me, but then like never followed up. which was unfortunate. But yeah, the Pokeball Vivian is the only Pokemon form, excluding the Dada Zarude, that I do not have. Or I technically don't have the other forms of Deoxys, but at the same time I technically do, because you just changed the form. But like, yeah, the Vivian, the Pokeball Vivian. It was crazy, because when I bought my copy of Pokemon X, it was used on eBay, and the person who had it before me got... Oh! It's a shiny Sinistea! Oh my gosh! Oh! Oh my gosh! Yes! Oh! Almost double odds for shiny Sinistea. And now we have to check to see if it's antique. So... I think it's a phony. I think I already saw that it's phony. I'll try to get a better angle for it. It's a phony. If you saw right there, it was a phony because it spun around. Oh. Well, that is phase 4 done. Shiny Sinistea. 2,700 encounters. Technically, it was like 2,600 encounters, a little more than that, because my first Sinistea was on encounter 87. I'll do the math later on. It's not that big a deal, but this thing wants to do its idle animation a ton too. I was trying to test to see if I could see the stamp on antiques, and look at this thing. He keeps spinning around, or she, or whatever. It's genderless, so. But sometimes I'd be waiting for like 5+ minutes waiting for the thing to spin around, and this thing spun around like 5 times already, which is insane. So first things first, we have to use Imprison. We have to make sure this thing won't kill itself. Yep, it was gonna kill itself if the Pokeball failed, so that's why you don't chuck the Pokeball first on these Sinesteas, because a lot of times they do that. So I might try to catch this in a Love Ball. I have a bunch of Love Balls. Man, might as well stored power first. That was a crit. See, stored power does nothing. I was gonna say, I'm like, that did a lot of damage, but it was a crit. So yeah, we don't have to worry about stored power killing it. But this will be an easy catch. Now, this is like a guaranteed catch no matter what I use at this point. But unfortunately, it is a phony. So we're not going to use the Safari Ball. Where is the Safari Ball? Right here. We're not going to use the 1 in 1,000 Safari Ball. We're going to save that for the antique if that comes. So we have 6 Love Balls. I've been grinding apricorns, so might as well use a Love Ball. This should be 100% maybe it's not 100%, but it's pretty darn close. This should catch it. Oh, I'm just so glad that I'm finally done with this phase. Do I want to give it a nickname? Yes, I do have a nickname. I received a comment on my last Sinistea video from my friend Austin. I think he either goes by Austino or Austin Bakilla. I'm not sure. I'll post the comment on here. So we'll name him what he suggested, which is Chip, to reference Chip from Beauty and the Beast, the little teacup with the chip in it, which is... It's so perfect because it's chipped too in like a very similar spot. So, and it's a teacup. Chip has been added to the party. There's another Sinistea there. We're gonna save because my game actually crashed earlier today when I was in handheld mode. Yikes. So, just to be extra sure, it'll say it's compatible with a chipped pot or a cracked pot. My bad, and not a chipped pot. Just to be extra safe. See, incompatible with the chipped, which is the one you want for the antique, and then compatible with the cracked. So we got chip here. I'm going to guess for nature, I'm going to guess it's going to be... I mean, it would be ironic if it was hasty nature because it took forever yet. But we'll see. I'm going to guess hasty, I guess. Doesn't have a ribbon. It's timid, which is also funny because timid ups speed, but it's not hasty. It's timid, which I think is actually a pretty good nature for this thing. Not that it matters. I'll probably evolve the other one just because this one, named Chip, is better as a teacup. So I'll evolve my other one. So let me do quick change in my layout really quick. All right, I think that's everything updated. We're not going to reset the counter. We're just going to keep going because the odds are 1 in 27,300. We're trying to hit that number in total encounters. So we're just going to keep going. And then we'll just do the math when the time comes to see how many each phase goes. So I guess I'll just continue encountering these. Let's heal this thing really quick and send it out in battle. But there's our shiny Sinistea. We got 2 more encounters right here. So and then we're encountering this, which is a Mine Junior. So imagine I got back to back. I'm not counting this. We're gonna run into another Sinistea. But there's our Chip the shiny phony Sinistea number 2. Oh, I should also evolve my other one. Hopefully this thing's fast enough to run. All right. Oh my gosh, it's weird seeing the normal one now. Just kidding. But there's all right. So there's our shiny Sinistea. We'll do one more encounter because there's one more Sinistea right here. Imagine I got another one. Be insane. But there's shiny Sinistea. Let's evolve the other one to Polteageist. So now we have the full line completed in phony form. Oh, we don't want to evolve Chip though because Chip is a lad. Chip's gonna stay a Sinistea because it makes more sense. This one's called Lipton, so this one also makes sense to be a Polteageist. So there's Lipton if you were wondering. My other phony. Here we go. Cracked Pot is compatible with Lipton. Evolving shiny Sinistea into shiny Polteageist. Both of them are phony, which is unfortunate, but I mean it was expected. Look at that, completing a full evolution line. Lipton evolved into Polteageist. Tea time. Let's have it forget a move. Because I don't really care what this thing knows. Sure. Let's get rid of users tea time. With all Pokemon battle, each Pokemon eats its held berries. Sure, why not? Let's get rid of aromatherapy. Because that seems like the smart option. Alright, we'll do a couple encounters with the Polteageist as well. Because I want to see this thing. Polteageist is one of the funniest Pokemon they've added in this generation. I love it. Look at him! Oh, and then a Sinistea. Alright, sweet. So, normal Sinistea and shiny Polteageist. Look at that. So beautiful. Let me see if I can get another Sinistea encounter. Oh, do you want to be a yikes, though, if I encountered a Sinistea that was shiny while doing this? But why not? For Savage. So there's normal Sinistea and shiny Polteageist. Really cool. Hopefully we can run. We can run. And now we're on to phase 5. Very exciting.